Good morning. Now, what we're going to do today, I'm going to talk to you about how you can change your investments to make a better result. So I'll just show you something fairly simply. I'll try to keep it short, but just by the way, I've increased the size of the mouse so that you can, and the pointer so you can see where I'm going. I've just gone into the GTX program to show you the source, and I'm going to run this little program. This is racing today. And this is just for January and February this year. So we give it a run, and we can see at the bottom here that it's quickly having a look at the records to get the right result. You can see for yourself that it's going quite well, just over 50% winners. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a chart. Okay, so I've set up a chart here, and what I'm going to do is maximize this so you can get a really easy to see picture. And just by the way, if you are having trouble understanding what's going on, I suggest you turn on your caps in your program, and that will put up the all the titles. It'll virtually copy my voice, so including all the ums and ahs. So what you can see here, first of all, this bottom one. This is a representation of a losing run. So you can see there, if I look across there, so that says 500, but obviously it means 5 in that context. And you can see all the various losing runs where they're coming. And there's a big long losing runner there, which we didn't really like, but we went well after that. Now, the purple one here, this tells us the maximum drawdown, so it follows where our money is going. And how it goes down if it goes down, and it does not going down that much. And of course the green one is where we started and where we travel along the way. So here you can see we reached a peak here. I'm talking about $100 bets, and we reached a peak here of a 950 in front. However, when we got down to here, there was nothing left, and then we reached another peak here which was 850, and then another one here 1150, and this one over here which I really like 2150, and so on. Now, how can we take advantage of that? Well, mostly if you're betting level stakes, guess what happens? All the money you make can disappear quickly in a drawdown. Okay, we don't want that to happen. So the way to change this is using, for example, the professional staking plan. And you might remember this was introduced many years ago by a fully professional punter named Trevor Johns, and he used to travel across the state. And his plan, he started off with a relatively small bank, in what terms you'd say today, but we're going back 20 odd years. And he used to go across the state looking to be able to get on at fixed price, because you couldn't get on a fixed price on the tab, you couldn't get a fixed price with bookmakers, you couldn't call a bookmaker, you had to actually be present at the particular race course. So required a lot of travel. Anyway, so what Trevor did, he said he decided he had to make a plan where he would retain his profits and gradually build on them. So basically what the plan was to start with a base bet. So for example, I run on a $10,000 bank that I started on at the beginning of the year. And that $10,000 bank was divided into two. So it was a $5,000 bank, and I started off with these $100 bets. And as you can imagine, because I'm betting 2% of the bank, the size of my bets increased. So by the time we were heading up here, my bets were getting around $189, something like that. Anyway, at this point, I broke it up into two, added it to the reserve bank, which came to over $15,000. And then I started fresh, except now my base bet was $150. And I had already retained a very good proportion of money, thousands of dollars in fact, which has gone into, half of it has gone into increasing the bet size at 150. And I'll increase that more. And as the bet size goes up, I can cut it down. Now, that was a really good plan if you're a very professional punter like I am myself. But on the other hand, why not, when we get up here, okay, so I made $950, let's say $1,000 to make it even, why not add that $1,000 to the reserve bank and split it again? So which means we would start with a $3,000 there we go. We would have had 6,000 and 5,000, which would have been 11,000. So we changed it to a $5,500 bank, which obviously means back to $110. So when we hit this bit of a losing streak, we're not actually losing as much. So it went all the way down to there. Now, if we'd started and went all the way down to there, we would have lost some money, obviously. We would have got back to almost square. But what we could have done, we could have split our bank again at that point and started fresh if we wanted to. Or, as I say, we could have retained some of those profits there so that when we're going down the gurgler like there, we can do a bit of a save by adding it back and changing our bet size, which soon got up to here anyway, and a little bit of a dip and then up there. And then we got to our next peak, which was $1,150, say $1,200 in front, and split the bank again, started with a fresh bet, which at this stage, if we added the money together, we would now have a reduced bet compared to where we were here. But when we come into this particular pattern where we were losing a bit, we were actually not losing as much as before. And of course, once we got to here, we could start increasing the size of the bet again. So when we got to here, we do another split on the bank. Anyway, so on mine, I got all the way to here before I split the bank. And I'm now betting on a $155, I think, bet. So it's already gone up again, and I've only added maybe 2 or 3 days to it. So then you can see, with a reduced size bet, you're not risking as much. And as we speak, at the end of February, it started going up again. So retain the profits as you can. And as you go on, when you've got your profits there, reduce the size of your bank by splitting it back into your original bank. And that way you're reducing your risk, but at the same time, you're also reactivating your march upwards by increasing the size of the bet 2% of the bank as it goes, but you never reduce it until the stage where you come to split your bank back. I really, really, really will never get sick of thanking Trevor Johns for the information that he put in that book, the information he gave us and the permission to use that plan. And it is a great way of making a profit. Okay, that's the educational video. I'll be coming back later in the week with a preview of the weekend races. Really, you can run this again to get an idea of it. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'll just get out of that. I'll even get out of that. And I'll even get out of the program, and I'll go back to what I'm currently doing. So this is the spreadsheet I've used myself, and you can see down there, this is like the second or the third. Well, I can go back here actually. So first or the third, this is when I split my bank. Sorry, the bank was still going up. Sorry about that. Look, it went up, and then what I did there, I split the bank on the 2nd of March. So 7,500 for each bank, 150 bet. This race was scratched, a couple of losers there, a winner there on the 3rd, a couple of losers, winner, winner, loser, winner, loser, winner, loser, winner, winner. Okay, so now the bank's moving up again, and it's come to a new peak now of 7,693. So if I go by 0.02 by 7693, it comes to $154. So there's my new bet that I'll start off with today, which is the 6th, and hopefully I can get some more winners. So that's it for today, and anybody can set up a spreadsheet like this. It's really, really bloody simple. I'm just putting in the reserve bank, put in the bank, the bet size, the result, the race, the horse, and if I get any bonuses or money backs that I'm using, I'll put it in there. So there's 100 there, so all it says, I lost $100. In actual fact, it was a $100 bonus bet, so I really didn't lose anything. But I put it in there to keep me to the point where I was affecting the staking plan. And you can see gradually as the bet size just kept building up, you can see that. You go for a period there where it doesn't move at all. There was one when I got a very good result on the 11th of January and moved it right up. And then, as you can see, it just steadily climbed. Okay. Good luck. Thanks very much for watching. And as I said, a preview video coming up in a day or so.